Welcome to the start of something new. We're here with MPW. I had 3 years, now they're up. This is my new company and tonight is jam-packed. So let's get the show started. And then Pyro go off on the stage and the arena lights up with the MPW logo everywhere. And the MPW logo is everywhere. But there's also Genesis on the wing apron. 2,928 people at the Columbus Mini Cooper Auditorium. 46D for the open angle with Jim Crockett Jr. And welcome to Jim Crockett's new company in Major League Pro Wrestling. It's 1991. And above that, recent wrestling Avachi, Great Giant Camilla defeated Rey Mysterio Jr., Cactus Jack, and Steven Regal in 9:45. The order of motion was Rey Mysterio first, then Cactus Jack, and then finally Steven Regal. Luchador, awful. Savage are very good. Jack, crazy, above average. Blue Blood, pure. Rey Mysterio Jr. 36. Great Giant Kamala 44. Cactus Jack 45. Steven Regal 44. That isn't the wrestler from Camilla. It's not the wrestler from the WWF. It's the copycat guy from New Japan. So Rey Mysterio improving in Rumble 44D to open up the night. In above our DC wrestling, Steve Austin defeated Raven in 15-15 by pinfall stun gun. Raven 39, Steve Austin 42, cult leader above average, badass average. No working to 42D. In a decent match, Giant Haystacks defeated Jeff Jarrett in 15:08 by pinfall. Jeff Jarrett old school face above average. Giant Haystacks Giant initial reign of average. For the commentary, got the game match boost. Tommy D did a good job as road agent, and it showed. He didn't do a good job as road agent. So Tommy D's going then. Jeff Jarrett 45, Giant Haystacks 39. No working moves 38D minus. In a decent match, Scott Hall defeated Eddie Guerrero in 11:41 by pin for the Crucifix Bomb. Eddie Guerrero 70, Scott Hall 46. Old school face, got an initial reign of average. Cocky, very good. No work improvements for 62C. In a decent match, Vader defeated the Patriot in 15:22 by pin for the Vader Bomb. Patriot staged his Patriot gimmick. Initial great monster above average. Patriot 38, Vader 64. Vader improved in performance of 49D+. In about that good heat and decent wrestling, Owen Hart defeated Sid Vicious in 15:08 by pin with a missile dropkick. Sid Vicious 58, Owen Hart 58. No working miss 53C minus. In about that great wrestling and great heat and good wrestling, Bam Bam Bigelow defeated Brian Pillman in 15:21 by pin with the diving headbutt. Bam Bam Bigelow 60, Brian Pillman 68. No work improvements, Badass and Blue Chipper, both of them got an average. In about that great heat and decent wrestling, King Kong Bundy defeated Honky Tonk Man in 15:20. Always very good, Monster awful. Honky Tonk 47, King Kong 47, 42D. In an exceptional match, Jay Lawler defeated Rick Rude in 14:51 by pinfall, the diving fist drop. Rick Rude 71, Jay Lawler 78. No working with 71C+. My main event tonight is Bob Backlund taking on Greg Valentine, taking on Ricky Steamboat versus Truly. 60C in about that fantastic and great wrestling, Ricky Steamboat defeated Bob Backlund, Greg Valentine, and Truly Blanchard in 24:55. The order of elimination was Greg Valentine first, then Bob Backlund, and finally Truly Blanchard. Ricky Steamboat wins the MPW World Heroic title. Bob Backlund clean cut above average, Gridgel veteran average, old school face, very good. Ricky Steamboat was really off his game, Two-Ranch debut. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in front of 1,928 people at the Jefferson County Arena for Mainstream Pro Wrestling Thunder. Mainstream Pro Wrestling MPW is not a company that is a local to global series. We are already a regional size. I started as relatively easy because Jim Crockett's running it. He would have the fan base behind him as soon as he'd know this company, and I've gone with that idea. So in a pool pre-show match, the Patriot defeats Raven in 7:53 by pin with the Patriot missile. Raven 38, Patriot 41. Raven in performance of 41D. 73B minus tonight as we open up with Ricky Steamboat comes out and he goes, on the first night of MPW, I won the gold for the fans. I went against the best and came out on top. You see, this place is a new entity, one show done, and tonight the second, and it's a TV deal. You see, you fans love Jim Crockett, and you're giving him a new lease, and together we can succeed. And Jim comes out and goes, oh look, something new in the ring, without an announcer, and tonight I'm going to come and take that title off you. Will you be quiet for the king, thank you? You see, Steamboat, why I am the man with all the power, as I am the king of MPW. And he just goes, fine, see you later, Joe. You know, you don't let Joey finish, he just cuts him off and walks off because he can't be arsed with it. So then next segment, I'm waiting for a couple of big names to sign with us. In a decent match, Cactus Jack defeated Bam Bam Bigelow in 6:44 by pin with a double arm DDT. Cactus Jack sustained a buttock contusion. These two are picking championship left in the match. Cactus Jack 44, Bam Bam 67. Jack in technical and performance. It's 59C. Thank you. In a decent match, Giant Kamala defeated Owen Hart in 6:37 by pin for the Anair Africa. Giant Kamala makes defense number 1 of his MPW Intercontinental title. Owen Hart 62, Giant Kamala 45. No work miss 58C-. After the match, he's celebrating his victory, and then Steve Austin runs in and attacks him, beating him down to the mat. Giant Kamala. 34E plus, not bad. In a bad fantasy in good wrestling, Brian Pillman and Bob Backlund defeat Greg Valentine and Sid Vicious in 8:10 when Brian Pillman defeated Sid Vicious by putting the air Pillman. So as we met Brian Pillman's head shoulders burn up, Greg Valentine's weak instant chaos and performance. Bob Backlund 65, Brian Pillman 78, Sid Vicious 57, Greg Valentine 47, Sid Vicious improving the Rumble 61C. Thank you. That's fine. In a decent match, Jeff Jarrett and Steve Austin defeat Haystacks and Vader in 5 minutes 43. When Steve Austin defeated Vader by pin with a stun gun, Vader carried the match to his ring performance. Vader 72, Giant Haystacks 38, Steve Austin 48, Jeff Jarrett 45. No work improvements, so 58C-. In a battle for decent wrestling below heat, Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Steven Regal in 8:23 by pinfall to Mr. Honor. Steven Regal 52, Rey Mysterio 38. Rey Mysterio Jr. improved in technical 49D+. And Gregson the band, he goes, Backlund, you think you're so cool, do you? You're nothing but a loser. You see, I lost to Genesis because I made a stupid mistake. You lost because you cannot win a thing. And he's getting better with his gimmick. You're an idiot. Storyline advanced the segment and gained heat at 61C. In a bad good heat and decent wrestling, Honky Tonk Man defeated Scott Hall in 7:40 by pinfall Shake, Rattle and Roll. Scott Hall 54, Honky Tonk Man 49. Scott Hall improving the Rumble 54C-. In a bad fantasy and great wrestling, Truly Branch and the King Kong Bundy defeated Eddie Guerrero and Rick Rude in 7:53 when Truly Branch defeated Rick Rude by pinfall Slingshot. Rick Rude 75, Eddie Guerrero 67, King Kong Bundy 49, Truly Branch 73. Eddie Guerrero improving the Rumble. King Kong Bundy and the other guy are out. Ricky Steamboat versus Jerry Lawler. Yeah, Greg Valentine, Bob Backlund and all that are gone, I think, the personal thing. In an exceptional match, Ricky Steamboat defeated Jerry Lawler in 16:28 by pin with the diving crossbody. He makes defense number 1 of his MPW World Heavyweight title. Jerry Lawler 71, Ricky Steamboat 76. Ricky Steamboat improving in performance. And then after the match is over, Ricky Steamboat is celebrating. Jerry Lawler looks angry and jumps in from behind, beating him down to the mat. 79B to close out tonight's show. I think we'll get a 68C+. Beautiful. Freestyle popularity in 8 regions. I will be confirming now that King Kong Bundy, Honky Tonk Man, Bob Backlund and Greg Valentine will not be on the next TV show. They are gone. I've had enough. They're not doing very well in the ring as I thought they would. That is the first ever Thunder. We'll see you for next week's Thunder. Thanks for watching. Welcome to MPW Thunder. We are live tonight and we've got rid of a few people. 2,000 people in the Brewster Hall. I don't know where that is. But in a decent match, Jeff Jarrett defeated Bam Bam Bigelow in pinfall hard driver. Bam Bam Bigelow 62, Jeff Jarrett 53. Bigelow in performance. But yeah, we've got a huge opening. Only 63 at 69C, but we're going to build these guys up. Right, guys, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be has arrived in MPW. You see, WWF had me an exclusive pay-per-view deal. So when Jim came knocking on my door, I signed on the dotted line. Here I am live on MPW. Oh dear, you tried to run from the Undertaker, but the Undertaker has found you. And tonight, Brett, he wants to challenge you to a match in the main event. Oh, yes. But guys, if that fool wanted a match from me, when I was in WWF, you should have asked. Instead of following me to this place. You, my friend, have got it wrong. He could not ask Vince. He could not ask because Vince said no. But now there are no rules blocking him. And then Brett goes, fine, tonight's main event, Bret Hart vs Undertaker, and he's got Smiley's. Old school face, great. Old school manager, gimmick below average, evil 19 average. Segment deserved better. Announcing the WF segment, the storylines advances right. Segment 69C+. We open up in the exceptional match. Rick Rude defeated Arn Anderson in 7:43 by pinfall the Rude Awakening, following his finish on Truly Blanchard. Arn Anderson 73, Rick Rude 71, no working with 66C+. In a bad good wrestling and decent match, the crowd, Steve Austin and Ricky Steamboat defeated Jerry Lawler and Scott Hall, when Steve Austin defeated Scott Hall by pinfall Stun Gun. In terms of ring work, Rick Steamboat was 10 shoulders above and out. Steve Austin was weakness through as performance. Now, I have fired a load of people who weren't doing me any favours. So, Great Camilla, are gone. So, on a live house show this previous week, Steve Austin beat the Great Camilla for that Intercontinental Championship. He is now the Intercontinental Champion. That's what they would have done in the 1990s, so that's what we've done now. Ricky Steamboat 84, Steve Austin 42, Scott Hall 56, Jerry Lawler 67, Scott Hall in technical performance and Steamboat in performance. Hip sprain, great. Sort of saying hip sprain. Oh my god, Shawn Michaels! You want to call me the Heartbreak Kid in the WWF magazine? I'll tell you why I quit. Because I can't stand Marty Jannetty. I'm here in MPW to make a stand and prove why I'm the future and the main event star the WWF didn't want. And if you want to call me the Heartbreak Kid, then so be it. Shawn Michaels has arrived. I'm just a kid. And in a decent match, Shawn Michaels defeated Cactus Jack in 7:51 by pinfall the Sweet Chin Music. Cactus Jack 41, Shawn Michaels 63. No work commenced for 7C-. In Truly Blanchard Rick Rude argument breaks out. They have a massive brawl, 64C. In a bad decent match of subpar wrestling, Owen Hart defeated Jane Haystacks in 8:11 by pinfall the Mercer Dropkick. Haystacks 26, Owen Hart 54. These two don't click. Music video shown to promote Rey Mysterio Jr. In a bad decent wrestling but little heat, Steven Regal defeated Rey Mysterio in 8:05 by pinfall with a handful of tights. Steven Regal 45, Rey Mysterio 45, no work improvements 47D. In a good match, Truly Blanchard defeated Eddie Guerrero in 8:28 by pinfall the Slingshot Suplex. Truly 60, Eddie Guerrero 58, Truly improving in performance of 61C. Your main event tonight is Bret Hart vs The Undertaker. In a bad fantastic and great wrestling, The Undertaker defeated Bret Hart in 21 minutes 32 by pinfall the Tombstone Piledriver after Paul Bearer interfered. The Undertaker was visibly timed towards the end. Paul Bearer did good work at ringside. Undertaker and Paul Bearer have great chemistry in the match, served better announcing. Undertaker 61, Bret Hart 80. The WF arrived. Storylines advances over and gained heat. No work improvement, 67C+. That gives us a 66C+, and we'll see you live next week for another edition of Thunder. Welcome back, my friends. In the good pre-show match, Jerry Lawler defeats Steve Austin in 7:48 by pinfall. Hold on a minute, I'm trying to delete something from my phone. So Jerry Lawler 79, Steve Austin 50. Steve Austin improving in performance. Jerry Lawler's now in mid-card. That shows you what sort of company we're running. In a pre-show about good wrestling, decent match called Scott Hall defeated Eddie Guerrero in 8:05 by pinfall the Crucifix Bomb. At 62C, Eddie Guerrero 64, Scott Hall 55. In a decent pre-show about good heat and decent wrestling, Rick Rude defeated Haystacks in 7:53 by pinfall the Rude Awakening. Rick Rude 76, Rick Giant Haystacks 36. No work improvements. Rick Giant Haystacks will probably get released soon. In a decent pre-show, Steven Regal defeated Jeff Jarrett in by pinfall the Regal Plex. Steven Regal 51, Jeff Jarrett 48, a 52D+. And look whose debuts. And on answer call that goes last week. The Enforcer arrived. I failed to win because of Rick being a clever clogs. Now that Mark, who was in my book, I want to scrap. You see, now I am here. I'm gonna destroy everyone put in front of me. I'm the greatest man you'll see tonight. And WCW, sod you. Whoa! Hello MPW, you guys are wild tonight! Sorry, I thought you said you could beat anyone. Get a ref out of here and you can prove it. So Sting debuted his super face. He's got an average. No working with a 75B. 65C in an exceptional match. Arn Anderson defeats Sting in 7:39 by pinfall legally using the ropes for leverage. Arn Anderson 75, Sting 69. Sting improving the run behind technical skills. 65C. Awesome. In above good wrestling decent action crowd, Vader defeated Cactus Jack in 7:54 by pinfall the Vader Bomb. Vader and Cactus Jack great chemistry shown in performance. Vader 75, Cactus Jack 49. I've made the decision that Jeff Jarrett and Figure Meat are going to be released. Let's have our first match booked for Genesis, shall we? I think we're going to book our first match for Genesis. Not for Genesis. I'm joking. I was hoping anyone would pay attention to what I just said, but obviously not. It's going to be Cactus Jax versus Vader in a rematch at MP. Why am I... Yeah. No, not Thunder. Next go pay-per-view, please. Which is Deadly Games on the Thursday, the week 4th of February, which is what we're on now. 66E plus. I don't know why Undertaker's meant to be off screen, and Brett's in the back and he goes, "You beat me last week only because of Paul. Paul Bearer hit me over the head with that stupid urn. You think I'm going to let this lie? I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever be. I'm going for you, Taker, and in 2 weeks, I get my rematch live on pay-per-view. Paul Bearer, how Undertaker, and Undertaker, Paul Bearer, the WF. Figure me, Paul, but Undertaker was not meant to be on screen, so Undertaker did not appear in that angle. It is going to be Bret Hart and the Undertaker in action on that show. It's going to be, I'll book it now, Arn Anderson versus the Stinger as well. The rest of the show. In a decent match, Bam Bam Bigelow defeated Rey Mysterio Jr. in 8:06 by pin for the Military Slam. Rey Mysterio Jr. 39, Bam Bam 70. Bam Bam improving in performance to 60C. Video plays hyping up your another match for Deadly Games in 2 weeks, as Jerry Lawler, Mr. Midcard, will be main eventing the show against Ricky Steamboat. There ain't no mid-carders in this company. Everyone's floating the main eventer. In about that good heat and decent wrestling, Sid Vicious defeated Owen Hart in 7:55 by pin of powerbomb. Owen Hart 56, Sid Vicious 58. No working pins of 59C. And then Steve Austin is, and he goes, 2 weeks ago I won this title in a live event when the former champion left. Scott Hall, you want me in a title match? You're getting your wish in 2 weeks live on pay-per-view. So yeah, another match for Deadly Games, of course, it's Scott Hall versus Steve Austin. Since we let Finger Me go, we are releasing people who are not suiting the demographic or doing their bit to be the best they can be. And as you can see, Steve Austin is only an opener, so that's why he's getting a big push for the title. D66 in a superb match, Bret Hart defeated Shawn Michaels in 8:19 by submission and sharpshooter. And Bret Hart 79, Shawn Michaels 61, no working 66C plus. In about that fantastic and great wrestling, British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith defeats Julie Ranch in 7:44 by pin for the funny power slam fun defense from Rick Rude. Davey Boy is David, British Bulldog, awful. These two have great chemistry and performance. Julie Ranch is 78, Davey Boy Smith 56, 63 plus. A video plays hyping Undertaker versus Ricky Steamboat. 72B minus in an exceptional match. Ricky Steamboat defeated The Undertaker in 21:57 by a pin for the diving crossbody following to Vince Bret Hart. Ricky Steamboat makes defense number 2 of his MPW title. Undertaker is visibly tiring. Paul Bearer good work ringside. The Undertaker Paul Bearer great chemistry. Match to better announcing. Undertaker 64, Ricky Steamboat 85. No work improvements. The WWF arrived storylines advantage segment. And then after the match, Ricky Steamboat claims his victory and Jerry Lawler runs in and attacks him, beating Steamboat down into the mat. That is where we end tonight's show of 71C plus, my friends. We'll see you live next week for the go-home edition of MPW Thunder. Back. I don't know what happens in this episode. I set this one up last night, so hey-ho. In a Paul Peachtree match, Tracy Smothers and Booker T debut, where Tracy Smothers defeats Booker T in 7:42 by pin of the Jawjacker. Tracy Smothers old school face, above average, Booker T, David is sucker average. Tracy Smothers 47, Booker T 27, no work appearance for 41D. In the pre-show, great, good heat and decent wrestling, Sid Vicious defeated Owen Hart in 11:52 by pin with a powerbomb. Owen Hart 58, Sid Vicious 57, no work improvements of 59C. And then in about that, great heat, great wrestling and good heat, Eddie Guerrero defeated Vader in 8:15 by pin of the Frog Splash. Vader 68, Eddie 63. Work improvements. Hello. Thank you. Eddie Imperial Rumble and Vader Fly 67. Excuse me. These two start the night. Basically, Ricky Steamboat and Joe Lawler have contract signing for the upcoming match at Deadly Games. So they have their contract signing. Afterwards, there's a massive brawl. By 62C. In a proper decent wrestling, in a proper great heat and decent wrestling, Shawn Michaels defeated David Boy Smith in 8:20 by pin of Sweet Chin Music. Shawn Michaels 62, David Boy 54. No work or improvement to 60C. In the next session match, Undertaker Jerry Lawler defeated Ricky Steamboat Bret Hart in 8:16 when Undertaker defeated Bret Hart by pinning the Tombstone Fire Driver. Undertaker's witness regards for ring performance. We spoke about where it's going. Paul Bear good work at ringside. Match of better announcing. Bret Hart 77, Ricky Steamboat 80, Jerry Lawler's at 78, and The Undertaker Dino at 67. With them taking through in performance, the Steamboat performance 65C. The match is over. Bret Hart and Steamboat are left down. Undertaker and Jerry Lawler are celebrating, but then stop and see their opponents are still on the ground and attack and beating each other up. Once again, Undertaker and Paul Bear have great chemistry. Once again, advancing that story. And these videos create Steven Regal. And about that decent heat. Can I shot you on the one recording, please? Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Steven Regal in 8:21 by pin for the Miss Tiara. Steven Regal 47, Rey Mysterio Jr. 42, No Way Green's 46D. In about that good wrestling and a decent crowd, Bam Bam Bigelow defeated Cactus Jack at 7:59 by pin with the diving headbutt. Cactus Jack 48, Bam Bam 70, No Way Green 62C. And then our main event tonight is a video is Sting, Rick Rude, Steve Austin taking on Trudy Blanchard, Scott Hall, and Arn Anderson. That's the main event of the night. In a battle of fantastic and great wrestling, Steve Austin, Rick Rude, and Sting drew with Scott Hall, Trudy Blanchard, and Arn Anderson in 2004 following a double count out. In terms of ring, Arn Anderson says to blowing knots. Sting 74, Rick Rude 72, Steve Austin 50, Arn Anderson 83, Trudy Blanchard 72, Scott Hall 57, Sting, Scott Hall, and Rick Rude. All improving in performance. Nothing for Steve Austin tonight. 67C+. And then after the match, Steve Austin's got all Sting and Trudy Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Rick Rude won't stop fighting despite the attempts by Security to break them up. It's an all-out brawl to the back. That's how we close off the night. So we end that show with 67C+, increased off 508 regions. And we'll see you live for the pay-per-view tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. Tonight, MPW play Deadly Games. Over the past number of weeks, the stars of MPW have been fighting over the star power, and tonight it blows up. Tonight is the night where we make a stand. Will WCW and WWF be able to cope with the changing force, or will we rise? Tonight is the time to start these Deadly Games. And now, MPW presents to you Deadly Games. And I can't remember the announcer's name. Welcome to Deadly Games. Tonight we've got a big stacked card for you tonight, and it's gonna be huge. And Jessica goes, yes. Now let's go to the ring for Booker T's debut. I'm just gonna have a quick look and see. Oh, don't tell me. 71C+. Let's have a quick look now while I'm here. Chris Cruz, that's what I thought it was, but I can't remember. In a pool match, Booker T defeated Trace Smothers in 15:25 by pin with a missile dropkick. Oh, here we go, guys. Thank you. Booker T 27, Tracy Smothers 49, Booker T no work improvements. The color commentary the match abuse 43D, not bad. Good Booker T a win. In about very good wrestling, decent crowd. Vader defeated Cactus Jack in 15:08 by pin with the Vader bomb. Vader 68, Cactus Jack 53. No work improved 63C. This is really bugging out this morning. I don't know what's going on with it. In a decent match, Steve Austin defeated Scott Hall in 22:10 by pin with a stun gun. Steve Austin makes defense number 1 of his MPW Intercontinental. Scott Hall 54, Steve Austin 42. Yeah, it's not registering when I click something. No work improvements. 44D. In a decent match, Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Bam Bam Bigelow in 14:39 by pin with the Miss Tiara. Bam Bam 62, Ray 44. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. No work improvements, 58 minus. I don't know why it's not opening that up. In an exceptional match, Trudy Blanchard defeated Rick Rude in 14:39 by pin with a slingshot. These two have great chemistry, showing their performance. Trudy Blanchard 81, Rick Rude 80. 77B, which is huge for our first ever 77B. Let's hope the rest of the show we can, stand up to that one. Trey Banch improving in performance. Can you stop bugging out, please? Thank you. In the battle, very good heat and decent wrestling. Shawn Michaels defeated Owen Hart in 15-15 by putting the speech and music. Shawn Michaels 58, Owen Hart 58. And now we have to wait for the work improvement bit to load, which I'm going to stop bloody doing and just get on with the show. In the battle, had decent. No work improvement 60C. Not bad. In a decent match, Steven Regal defeated Dave Boy Smith in 14:53 by pin for the Regal Plex. Dave Boy 54, Regal 56. Now we have to wait for the game to freeze and load up again. Seriously, it's just a stupidness. This is. I don't normally have this problem in the mornings. No worker and comments to comment upon. There's nothing open. It's 53C minus. In a battle had fantastic and great wrestling, Bret Hart defeated Undertaker in 15:04 by submission with a sharpshooter. Bret Hart 80, Undertaker 59. The Undertaker Paul Bearer got chemistry. Paul Bearer did good work at ringside. The storyline advanced to the segment and gained heat. Well, all play off at Wrestle Kingdom next month. Undertaker improved performance. This time it didn't bloody freeze. Ridiculous. In a good match, Eddie Guerrero defeated Sid Vicious in 15:23 by pin of the Frog Splash 61C. Sid Vicious 58, Eddie Guerrero 61. He wasn't happy about losing, but Eddie Guerrero is better in the ring than him. Oh, it freezes on this one. Okay. We got lucky then with the Undertaker match. And Vicious improving in Rumble 61C. Not bad. The match is over. This is meant to go after the match. So the match is over. Undertaker looks angry and jumps in from behind. 69C. Then taking Paul Bearer great chemistry. I don't think there'll be any improvements here. Yeah. You sometimes you don't always show them. The video plays hyping up Arn Anderson taking on Sting tonight. I think it's going to be a good match. I'm just giving the game a second to work what he's doing. In an exceptional match, Sting defeated Arn Anderson in 25:05 by pinfall. 74B minus. Arn Anderson 83, Sting 75. Any work of improvements? No work improvements, but 74B minus. And then Ricky Steamboat vs Jerry Lawler is your main event of the night. 71C plus for the hype video. A 77B in an exceptional match. Ricky Steamboat defeated Jerry Lawler in 31 minutes 32 by pinfall the diving crossbody. Ricky Steamboat makes it to the 3 with the MPW World Heavyweight title. On the announced desk, Chris Cruz was pretty weak. Jerry Lawler has hand and ring performance of 68 and Ricky Steamboat 92. We are waiting for Jim Ross to join the company. 77B, not bad. So that's where we end MPW with a 77B, our first ever B in the company. I'll giving that to Ricky. Who was the other guy? Truly. And because a better match of the night was the 77B, was the other B we got. Yeah, they're both 77Bs. But I'm going to get Truly and Rick Rude because, yeah. So the reason we've done it like that is so we know next month to put Rick Rude and Truly Blanchard as a semi-main. But we got a 77B overall. Can't complain. I'm going to make the speech. Rick Steam, please. Truly Blanchard, please. Rude, please. Well, thank you for watching the first ever episode of MPW 1991. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time in MPW 1991. Thanks for watching. Episode 2 will be coming out today, like we did with Impact Wrestling in 1987. So a new episode will be coming out today as well. I'll record that soon. So you'll get 2 episodes today. But thank you for watching.